Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about phase diving, which is one of the main world features of the new zone Koresh in patch 11.2 Ghosts of Koresh. In this video we're going to go through everything you need to know, how the system works, what are the rewards, why are we doing it, all that good stuff. But before we jump into that, guys, I do want to give a massive thank you to the sponsor of this video, and that is Boot.dev. Boot.dev is an online platform where you can learn back-end web development from start to finish in Python, Go, and other such languages. They believe that the smartest way to learn code is to make sure you're never bored, and the way they've done this is super unique, and they've made it feel like a captivating RPG game. You earn XP, levels, achievements, and complete quests to get a top spot on the global leaderboard. All of Boot.dev's content is free to read and watch in guest mode. A paid membership unlocks the interactive features like hands-on coding, AI assistance, progress tracking, and the game mechanics. And the Boot.dev Discord community has tons of real humans there to help you if you ever get stuck. So head to Boot.dev and try out the courses for free and use my code MrGM to get 25% off your first entire year if you choose the annual plan. And thanks again to Boot.dev for sponsoring this video. Right, so yes, patch 11.2 has been announced to be releasing on August 5th in the NA region and August 6th in the EU. This patch brings a ton of new features, including a new zone of Koresh, which has some new world content, and one of the main features of this zone is phase diving. So let's talk about it. So phase diving is unlocked after completing Chapter 3 of the Koresh campaign. It was announced recently that this will be actually week 1, so Chapters 1 to 3 will be available on week 1 of the patch, so you will be able to unlock this in week 1, which is great. Now, to phase dive, you will need the Reshiram artifact. Luckily, this is unlocked during the first chapter of the campaign anyway, and then you get some extra effects after the third one as well. Now, I will have a full overview of the Reshiram artifact, but these two systems do intertwine. You will need your Reshiram to phase dive, and some of the upgrades to the Reshiram actually unlock new features inside phase diving, like having access to ground mounts while phase diving, which is actually pretty cool because in a recent update, they actually made it so your mount turns into like a phased slate back thing, so everyone's going to be running around on these cool looking mounts. And some of the upgrades just give you the ability to see different phased objects inside phase diving. But as of right now, we're not 100% on the cadence of Reshiram upgrades, but it seems like it's going to be weekly, but we'll certainly see. But to unlock your kind of standard version of phase diving, you're going to get that in week 1. Now, let's talk about the gameplay of phase diving. What's it actually like? So one comparison I like to make is that it is very similar to the Korthia Rift system in regards to it's kind of just a different phase of the zone with different NPCs and things like that. Now, it is a little better than the Korthia Rift system, I will give it that. You know, you can just go in as much as you like and stay in as long as you like, which actually seems like something they did during development. I think one of the original versions of this looks like it was time limited, which thankfully it's not. You can stay in there as long as you like. Essentially how this works is that you enter the phase diving through phase conduits. These are all around Koresh. Once you click these, the screen will change, your model will change, you're just kind of in this different world. There'll be different enemies, there'll be different rares, treasures, even world quests around the zone that are just exclusively to phase diving, and special assignments will also be in the phase diving phase. So yeah, this is essentially just another layer on top of the Koresh zone that you can enter at any time. These phase conduits not only port you into phase diving, they also port you around the zone. They can be used to port to different phase conduits around Koresh for easy transport. As mentioned, you do unlock ground mounts eventually through the Reshiram system, but you will not be able to fly in this phase. But initially, we will just be running at a slightly faster speed. To exit phase diving, you can either click the extra action button that comes up near the phase conduit, you can just click the buff to exit, or you can use an item called a phase regulator, which is purchased from a vendor. So various ways to get out of it, but you can get out of it anytime you like, from anywhere you like, which is nice. Now, as mentioned, there's world quests, there's enemies, there's rares, there's also a weekly quest. So this weekly quest is called More Than Just a Phase. This quest is simply just to fill the bar with activities from phase diving, so completing world quests, killing rares, things like that. This rewards some of the zone reputation for Koresh, so obviously this is going to be in your weekly gameplay, and it also gives you a new currency called a untethered coin, which as of PTR rewards 7 a week. This is a warband transferable currency linked to phase diving, which is used to purchase new rewards. So why are we doing this? Well, there is a vendor which has different rewards that you can get through phase diving. So on this vendor, you have 2 boxes. These are essentially going to be something you'd be purchasing once you've purchased everything else. One contains resonance crystals. It contains 50. Yep, that's not very much. And the other contains Valor Stones. It contains 50. So yeah, those are going to cost you 1 untethered coin each. There's also some mounts. You have the Lavender Karok mount, which costs you 10 untethered coins. This is a recolor of the new Karok mount, which there is a few of these in Koresh, and this is the kind of purple version or the lavender version of that mount. And that is obviously a flying mount. There's also a ground mount, the Acidic Void Creeper mount. This is going to cost you 7 untethered coins. And this is just a recolor of the new Void Creeper model of Koresh. There's a new pet. There's a Penumbral Terror pet, which is a baby observer, which is super cute, and that's 4 untethered coins. There's also some transmog sets. You have 1 for each armor type. These are the ethereal transmog sets, which are recolors of the world set from 11.2. There are 4 different ones for cloth, leather, mail, and of course plate. These are going to cost you 5 untethered coins each, and a really nice looking recolor of the new set. There are also 2 other transmog ensembles. You have Ensemble Ancient Capes of the Reshi. These are essentially 4 new cloak appearances, obviously Reshi wraps being the cloaks, and these just giving you some more transmog to potentially transmog it into. This is going to cost you 5 untethered coin. And the other one is the Ensemble Shoulder Guards of the Wastelander Seer. So this is actually 6 really pointy, different colored cosmetic shoulder appearances, which look pretty great and pretty unique, and they actually match the questing sets really nicely as well, and they're available for all armor types, and that's also going to cost you 5 untethered coin. And finally, there are a couple of toys available, all for 3 untethered coins each. You have the Guise of the Phase Diver toy, so when using this, that actually gives you all of the effects of phase diving without actually being in phase diving, and this lasts 1 hour with no cooldown, which is nice. You also have the Undertuned Koreshi goggles, and this is great because it transforms everyone and everything into ethereals or brokers for 10 minutes with a 30-minute cooldown. There's also 2 supply crates. You have the Koreshi supply crate. So clicking this actually gives you a new bar with different abilities on it. Clicking these kind of gives you stuff to hold or different animations that you do related to the Koreshi. And then there's the broker supply crate, which is exactly the same, but with different broker animations, which is nice. So yeah, 4 toys available through phase diving, as well as mounts and transmogs and pets and things like that. There's also some other rewards through phase diving, and these are actually from the phase orbs. So from what I can gather, these spawn from killing NPCs and are a part of the Reshi Wrap upgrade. So once you get to that point of upgrades, NPCs will start having a chance to spawn these orbs, and once you walk through those, there's a chance that you can get phase lost weapon appearances. There's a lot of these weapon appearances, and it does seem like a low drop rate, so this might be a bit of a pain point in regards to collection, but yeah, phase lost weapon appearances will be available through the phase orbs once they're unlocked. So that's actually kind of it. That is phase diving. So you go into this different phase, you do your weekly quests, you get your currency, and then you purchase all of the rewards. It doesn't seem to be any player power linked to this specifically. It just seems like a fun world activity where you are going to do world quests, you are going to do special assignments. So I guess you could see there's player power in there, but for the most part, it's a different phase of the zone, which will be a source of reputation and various cosmetic rewards. Now, obviously, PTR be PTRing, they might add some more rewards at some point, but just wanted to make this video now because it does seem that system is pretty much nailed in for the most part. There might be some changes in regards to like the amount of currency you get, things like that. But yeah, the system seems to be fairly implemented on the PTR. So that's it. Let me know down below your thoughts on phase diving in patch 11.2. I'm quite looking forward to just getting all of these rewards. It seems very achievable in regards to getting 7 of the currency a week, and then a lot of the things being fairly cheap for the most part. It's going to take a couple weeks of grinding to get them, but yeah, it is very, very achievable. Now, there might be some secrets inside this as well that we're not too sure about right now from killing rares and things like that, so we'll have to see what happens there. But guys, if you did like this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon, and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And also, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft 11.2, Collector's Bounty, any sort of World of Warcraft, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.